Abia boy mamubu macha ya mi adai wakwaba. Abia fonsa ba betira se ni tie da wonu manse papa na mame enye sa bebe yimfi ho. Rama tema mensa ene wenya afe era wo papa na kwame opoku mensa akapo ene o mame abne chama atwene boa e ma happy birthday wo musinyi na beye opening pa. Yami unshra papa afi mame na azovuk ase se Ghana manthi osimenso meko slate ne kaba menso me shama no nti fefe rap slate eno de ne top asisi osimenfa efi abusia twa wane ya ane entuma ne din no efi abusia na ne tintini na efi abusia twa wane ya ya ko bisa mame no nkyere wase behu sampa nananom no omoni ate se mamefo na no mututu ntuma ni din no omuntu din ne kwa nti azel nsa no eno no na saa na wonso kwa obedwudwi wo na se wo pese ode oba no nso ko no ma no titiye no nso betumi aye fashion designer eno nso be sorted simple kra pacho frazel 055 044 66 66 055 044 6666 Azel, a style for every story. And see, now it is Ghana month, and see, that is the style for Ghana month. Z Nails and Beauty, the hair mama, and Ghana for the BIA, the BIA crackra eating home, a man who de eating a day, we had the auntie Ghana month, you crash still, a BCC eating home, until call Z Nails and Beauty, where OBCC eating one month, fair. Hey, Mama Zinius, Nanra Yawoda, and my happy birthday, belated one. Do Yamin Shao, na Oma a Z group of companies in the Muntre, say you were Z Cosmetics, and you were Z Nails, and you were Z Hair, the hair mama and Kasa, and you were Z Kentin so ho, HSA, Unyakurawa Makacho say a one stop shop, Abronsani free Subisi form. Bibia Beauty ewo or Specters Ecobank echiwa pe koi na onsiesi fefe uchimi wonsa wo wedie na chese cosmetics ni na obenya ewozi Nails and Beauty friend 055 3738 201 055 3738 201 anopei isi ede omo timetable ana calendar no aba ohwemu pa dia bosumi num ya emu efiri me ikono wafiti ase wonum be registration exercise na ansa na enu no kra no be hye uba ase na chese yakwa registration exercise enum no wo be limited registration exercise kakra ama wo card na ira ni ade afei wa kire time a wo be bie ato se wo mpese wo gina prema mpani adwo man Ghana mu no wo so emmefa wo nkrata na wo mfamra eno eye September mu eno no nti sesia no amanyofo no omoni age omakoma to mu ye mana amantem yebedie ho nkomo otise ne ye ka tontokrum asem no ewo hwa na be hwa na mu age se Friday no omo ye wo ye kire na omo friends emtwofo side to omo nim se munye ye nkra yi nko ena eye den memenda no wo mu na esie ye ne ono abokobra ni onyam kasa ekobra ni onyam se omo de Oma yo demonstration o se press conference ewie asem ani ho omo ne aban na akasa de omo hi asem atoma mpani anim omo wo mu kro memenda na omo hwa ne se sprinter buses be mi enu se miensa ya car edi animu no omo betumi aka ne pendwan se ya sanko mines fo car ene edi animu mema abeti benfo macho mindfo ene asisi for me ene omo ba enso omo ma me ma warning shots edi na asinti omo ma warning shots memenda no a etu ko kan krumani ba akọ ena tim kaja wawui ena mrantie ni se fufuo mu ha ba woni be ma na ebu ni yi akya eni omu ni omu de face mu ye matwo manfo a mrantie no so ni omu de face ena cars ni tutu ko ye ne car matwo manfo no mienu a wo se omu susu so omu ye security man sankofo omu ni mu omu enu nti krumafo no nye ba akofo nye mienu krumani nyina emebunu no se omunu ya wunti ani braba edi mpambura wi ase no na saa nipa ni mienu no a wo se wo mu free asankofo ni ho no a wo se wonum ye security for ema asanko mines no wo mo nso ye di wo mpamro ama wo mo awu nti se nipa me ensa na ahwe wo mo nkwa wo na nka press conference kakra de se yenso yetu fa gudie wo ha ana ya sase no enipa wo foma gudie wo nti aban tie yen na community mining ni a wo chichei ma yenso ye kwan na yenya binye na oni aban na ye kasa we kofa asemba well that is it nti ye hwe se ebenya asanko mines for no onum se sisi ayi de omo mpese omo be kasa ansa nti se wan se se ani omo kasa na enye yebo apayo yebo omo pono na omo se omo nya enya ahoboase sisi ayi omo ebe kasa na afi yebeka mampani afutu ya ode ama adisuafo no wo hwe wo mo aya wonum ya ade won so hwetwe mu pa TTBC na ye ba be ko independence day na ye wo de friend of a presidential awards ay de masa for no mo chobisi omo modern mo no na sabe de omo wo SHS ti mampani echi omo wo tu omo fo esese ye nyina ye dwendwen wo se certificate ni ye grade ni ye nanso no nko anso esese unyansa no adwuma bi nso edika ho yeti oman mu a obi betumi akase wa register for school no nsi woda obi anu aka cho se meme ye doctor meme ye sei eno nso ne respect ye bana he wunim nipa me ya so masi me ye obenten efiso kitabo din krata sa nanso obi so ye adwuma no na onhu so ensunsanso nti mampania akofa nkomo aba esese yitumi edi nti ebedi eno nso aka ho eno na bo ayipe ne di first honorable Samuel ayipe kane no ye ayensu anomra hibedwani wabetena se de Bernard Becken bi am mfanya adwuma eni se me health obegina achi am nyina se de obai obetena se first de na ye honorable ayipe na emabunu onukra den ayi aha nka ye beka se oye emrante hene aha okosankana ono ne mrante hene nenso de wafa ne ho sa pa se mrante hene a owo sankana Bernard Mona oye political analyst ono so atenase and afi lawyer Chumberima oye NDC communication team member enye we no ji se ma ye ho afihia pa efise butumi yi de Ghana no a na yedi na wodai 67 years anope Kofi Capital mo kai Ghana yoba enya se nka oyoba wotwa bra ohwe ne nanam na we odehwe nanam mani ye 67 years emu ye ana etisen ene memamo afishia pa o
afen komatu afen se ne yetiase
amen
me aba beto
amen
na bibia efefe
amen
na ho efese
medase
na utimi ni twa yiram unyi de nya ka metobi koma no yere
oh zine osidi bi bebre ododo dia na wadenden
yiram
na sika won taban na udi agu bataka yin so kakare ro so yede
I pay on Nisika, Alcoa Yensu Ano. And PP primaries.
Okay. Or you pay no catch us on Nisika. I pay no catch us on
Nisika. No, go to your order.
There be.
What? We go to Nisika.
So what dance?
Nisika was distributed everywhere.
What here?
I Yensu Ano.
Now we didn't hear.
Now Deputy Minister for Tourism Crampo when
who are dancing.
I want na okay kuko no maka okay kuko won
na chale na sika na mutu ya na yipe oso wa gote na fiache na also na di alan echi nti system no empe wa asem already
de ultimuta asem man
ni pa say o wa dancer na
ora buja no bi so be ka asem
mama special prosecutor from na opportunity
na mo say we ada utu bi na wo de ani so ana
me nteske bia
no ono no ti we hu ade a wo de ja obe prove na
say elections nse do kwa kwan bia so
obetu aka
ma TNT kakra wo de support so TNT
our party this TNT tu no e ba ye nhihye ni ma
I mentias yo
amu ya mu se kwan bia so
my party ejuma my party ejuma ye ko party elections bia
utu TNT
dabi the party na nkasa ye ona nkasa ni hihye mu dabi mame nkasa this issue of Nebiamoka se mutuya TNT, no, you are over embellishing the status of corruption.
Chairman, what correlations are quite?
And I make
TNT. You know you pay.
Dabi. Yeah, tie. Yeah, party. I have been a party executive from youth to general secretary to chairman.
Nina utes.
Inti. Yeah, no. Party no ehye nneoma with ofi krom yi eba constituency center.
Okay.
Inti say ena say onye o transport. Say ena say undidi. Mo ba beda no na pay accommodation amam. Party takes over. Na se party no aye nhyehyemu na o masa eyi no o ma TNT ya na o ma eduane na o ma other refreshment. Na wo so candidate no wa kodina echi na o say o san etua TNT den TNT. You are bribing. You are bribing. Niamo ya no bribery. Niamo ko ye no na ye bribery.
Obia what evidence?
Me say ye bribery. O de no na dey so.
Obedi PNC chairman wantue.
Ontua TNT.
Mintue bi.
Oh, my chairman.
Me say mintue bi.
We are aspiring presidential candidate.
Batakari foi. Why mama captain for no
kata. O sika no so. O na wo so akotua bi. Aseti asika na eso.
Bra what is say?
Constituency ya meni se wafa no wako makwaje
bibi aboko
ya metiase it is na okasa Ghana o say this 67
67 ukwada na edi 67
ayo
ekua Ghana esi ne kra danso
kweko
debi odi ekua Ghana woto ni se Ghana yoba
dabi kweko
Ghana Motherland na Ghana Afadala
say Wednesday
and am see ekua Ghana me dem me fa trouble bi ama lawyer yonko yo mate fa
there are who say and the normal circumstances e kase ko be 67 years and as ko nipa nka why adwuma are retired from active service emposie no contract after the retirement I mean the compulsory retirement date na and as age no nka still na ba bia waduro 67 there can also assume because and so yeah maximum 5 years. The
4 or 5?
5.
Okay.
It is either 221 or 1122 or 212, which either way. Or it can even be one of them.
Okay.
And then the year renewal be. The first year can 5 just automatically you get all the 5.
All the 5.
You can get 1 year and then you win your extension beam. You can get 2 years, 1 year extension beam. Or if you are lucky to, you can get the 5 years or depending on I mean. But Osha TBM na say 67 years. Na for the first time in our history, a time sika say ekoye bibi say planting for food and jobs. Na ye wie no ka me hunu ye ne ase wudua nuane ase nuane bebu so ya. Te busu so ade ne busu ane bo no nya dem bi me bo ana. Say yefo. But for the first time in the history of Ghana, aduane ne busu wie no Ghana was declared the country with the highest food inflation in Africa. After say yes, I planting for food and jobs by World Bank. I be mantam when na Osha man maya twe nyina ho ahia no a opa maya o maya na aduane board ne pa na Ghana. You at the time na no mo declare no say na ye bren so aban se watam sika tutu die e dey akwa planting for food and jobs. But ukodue nuane no se duane bebu so na ne bo na timi ayefo e we duane bo no antu anyefo e rather e be ya den chande ne enim. First time in the history of Ghana 67 years the foreign reserve of the country Ghana yeso man bia wanya bi kura no yeso wonya sika bi tu achi a ahokere ba na kwa hwenyim ma ne tra so a ammo ho bra kwa no bi ka bo ho bra bo so miensa eduru ba bi no and anu ya me for be ka tira se ye de no under the Dankwa and Baumia's government. Baby it was almost empty per the words of IMF. That was what they said. The coffers is almost empty. In fact, the now in literal terms, 90 people take a maximum 2 weeks. I did as well because of 3 months. For the first time in the history of Ghana, 67 years. Oman Ghana, Ebedu Baby said, yes, it be the debt exchange. Abain abobisia makodu baabi no eka wade en wontimi ntua nti ne ya me no kasa yi no 67 years of Ghana no ye tag a ye aboye ho se nka akọ shop a ka tag aboye ho a isi shop wa bi obi de 10 cities obi de 20 cities na ana ye ton no yen ye tag aboye ho a ye disi shelf so a ye ton yen awa mama so ne se o man we ya wasi we o man sika wotumi ntua wuka o bo no besi wotumi ntua ntia mo no besi
onso intro no
okay so 67 years ya ba yanim de now so they are recognize say a country which is 67 years with a president who is about 80 years, you know, went me and lead into a better direction. I'm a net. Baby or dear bedroom say, as let me quote Madam Sophia Kufu, or say we are at a position that nobody has been able to explain to us why we are here. Why we are here.
Okay, thank you. I pay me sure send common be the pa fire the amanyophone money je hono. You see the calendar no aba.
Yeah, mamini kan nchia wati fu bi.
Okay.
Na mi nchia ene brante hene. Ekwapem ana chimwe sa bonten dom hene. Ono ka boya na brante ni nyina apue. Na do afa pema namba. E wo fa ne den. Eye
we
ekwapem a anka ye afuna you akofuna epitano minim se no no be fere wadukuru lawyer so ma minchian
so it's like a staff of official
akwaba wa kan de na ye kan 67 years of Ghana ye kan from 2017 to date ye kan nia aboboro so efi kwa amenkroma broso nia kwa amenkroma be ye nia buzia ene Edward Akufo-Addo beye nia Dr. Hilary Liman beye nia JJ Rollins beye nia former President Kufuor beye ena nia Professor Mills now can aduan make up parliament. I was a member of the fifth parliament in the Charter from 2009 to 2013 now me a member. The late Professor Mills at the Youth in Agriculture by so we fought 2009-2010 budget. Now sika you vote to share food in agriculture. Michin Ghana have many committee no you call rounds. You call that because who say border Ghana so see a dua bro a ebeye. You dua e bro ni nyina wie no. Saa year na poultry farmers a true Ministry of Agric and Agriculture Development Bank.
Where easy timetable.
Importo a bro do pa bo menyum. Nti independent anniversary 67 years
adena wa musa lawyer
ye nyina ye preliminary comments
me respond na matua
da be ye nyina ye preliminary comments
I respond na
program baby e was say no ye fan fi 2017 ene de ababedu ha ye di fi 6 March 1957 ene ababedu ha ebi ye ne papa ebi ye bone mi nyina na accumulating na dey ababedu ya nti se ye kan Ghana abakwasema ye kan ye hu say ye debt to GDP President Kufuor ja 26% ebedu baby na NDC for kon wo ja 56% 30% addition and na ye so ye call 103% answer na e ba fam and no so 66% nti ya call 103% no ye so ye 32% o 35% and e kan ho. Into difference na in this funny year banter ni nyina 5% difference with COVID all classes nyina 5% difference between MPP and NDC.
What's it out that
into my you di ma men come topic no so
5% na ye pe
enye pe kura na your 5% difference ye da oka we the 30% abeka me so me the 35% abeka we say we the ye mo ye nsem ma san say why ade eye 6 March no me nu e be kwa akodi no Okuforudua nti mimi home region ti mamenka ho asem kakra bi na fe menko calendar no so Okuforudua program no enye asem ketwa empehenofo a ewo eastern region ene Ghana ha nyina ebe hia e Okuforudua onipa ya tonsa afre no se o mekasa nkire yen ewo dwumadi na se eye avoidal president Alassane Ouattara His Excellency obeba ho
classmates
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia beba ho president ankasa anso ebeba ho ya tonsa afre NDC former president so no so fa na enu nyam meta adwuma
classmates po
Okuforudua sesi a ahosiesie ne ahoboa a ekoso ewo ho no enya asem ketwa nti yeto nsafre Ghana fu nyina se yefo ya ni nchire Eastern region eye Kofodua ye regional capital a obia mra lord kwan a ukwa obefa kwa Afukuru Mapoja Junction lord kwan a kofo sha ase fi kwa Afukuru Mapoja Junction a wanwie NDC ba 8 years o montuma wie no na nado dan kwakufu ado ba ni wawie ukwa abefa so say ahochire aba Ghana ye traffic flow no
oh I don't know man nka na asem ya
missy obi a fasu hum a
ye nyina ngo fasu hum na
yes wa obeso wo fa manfi udu eburi na fa manfi na okofa adoso ekosi Kofodua no so yesiesie kwan no so fefe ukwa potholes no ya patch bi eniti yeguso mimia Electoral Commission e de omo calendar aba won am yen ati asese ye bebu register no a new registration from 7th May to 27th May inti obi a afi na wadi 18 years no benya kwan na kwakochiro didin obi a biribi nti ebi anu wetu kwan na oni Ghana ebi a adwuma bi ama no kwan ama nanu ayebu registration window no before the this assembly elections no when to me ankochiro didin Electoral Commission say from on the 7th to 27th that is 20 good days no obehwe na omakwakoye registration obia emfasa akwan yi so na ne din inko register ni mu owi a obebue for exhibition no yehwe we a woni mu bi a wawu na ensese ne din ekọ register ni mu a otumi bua Electoral Commission ema we ne din efi register ni mu na afi obia so nko check se bia wudin na wo kire we no ebi ana mfumsu bi aba ho a na eno so watumi akoreti ebi kwa na ba bi a wo ye wadwen se obeto aba no enye sa enye ho na machine de wakoto eno nso yebue exhibition na wokohwe a etumi eboa ema utumi ekohwe na wohu se udin ewuma afi Electoral Commission say obebue nomination na parliamentary presidential candidates no akwa peke won nomination forms na owi a wobeye balloting eno ye September mu fi 9 September akopim 13 September both parliamentary and the presidential elections no bi akopeke no form na wopeke form no nso wi a wobeye balloting September na mu na umotumi candidate na tumi ehu position a obi abeda say ye presidential and parliamentary ni yakọ impempi na mehu ni say ya presidential candidates ne peke a position obenya no ho na yede ne parliamentary candidates ni nyina abeto minim sa fi insakrai bebe mu ase na won akansi ye beye parliamentary na presidential no ba bi je di se bi e betra sa se bi a Dr. Mahmoud Baomi akono ko peke number 1 na all parliamentary candidates are go in the ticket of MPP no e be ko number 1 and as we are e be no constituency by constituency na obi apa no so nchiremu no ba ye be hu nti Electoral Commission e de sa timetable be tu abonten pe na che say won are ready say abato no ye de hihye so na ye nyina ye pasumdwe senior former president Mills e kan mi bi atwamu o say asumdwe ene ye pe ya aduwe ya ye since 1992 and every 4 years we go through this process ye be ma so na say appointing to kwa no nso ye hie ma na ye boko mi je di say eyi nso ebe ye boko Electoral Commission e ya na ade ehia won say budget a wodi akọ parliament ema parliament approve ama won no ye be say Minister of Finance be ye release no mrano prompt release e di ama won se na be ya end stable on calendar ade betumi ama Electoral Commission avari ne calendar ne ye se bia ye mera ye be release sika e di ama won afi wo hwe won calendar na baby nso eni nsutomere ebehia ohun kotonima emre no me no e ya na nsu tuto nti wo choose one sentence yi won hwe se wo be ma yen sentence a nsu entum disrupt registration exercise no na ebe perfefe no because nsu 20 no mentumi anko register Electoral Commission here say anka because of electronic verification ti inka wodeka wonsa no anka ye nya so say new LIA CI na call parliament no eno efimu ho nti ye behwe say ye beto yembo ase na Electoral Commission ahwe na dwumedi na aba obia momodin na onya gidi ewo Electoral Commission yimu Sane say everyone was share young internal elections na I say I so successful. NDCC one internal elections na is successful. Na MPP so yes and then I successful. PNC and other parties ni na so eguso ya woye one day. One was share so ma yen nti ebe yin so yenya gidi wo mu na won hwe so no wanya ma yen. Na me de mi wo ayori hyemu ni gidi say going into 2024 elections in the Ghana for yehwe nyuma pa na adodankwa kufu ado ene na ben yi abeya ye betua Dr. Mahmoud Ibawumiaso na wababa tia se nyuma pa no so na Ghana etumi atu fun akwadini ya mi we kra no emi no kra no
obred na so me de now the rebate na ye issues ne do
so I was say we yedusu ya me ye na me da so
pacho mintio Electoral Commission the calendar number
mama nya rebate so
I will 10 minutes in Bemena. Oh, 10 minutes in I shall say so.
You pay and chum. And of course, one casa no pay why elegant and beautiful.
Thank you.
As a more colors be match.
I am match it. Say, yeah, the be our shadow.
Colors is the head match.
We share Musia and we share Sikawan.
Colors in the day in the match.
That be many color. Oh, share many color. Share skin color. We who say I match it.
Yeah.
Colors no. Ope I won't pay. We be match it.
Skin color. And come lawyer no match.
Mona mo match.
Party colors no match.
That be we na many match it. That's important.
Patch me that say me then me pass say me no color match.
Thank you. Abua I just say. Yeah, at long last. EC.
Kase kaube nakte Nsroma.
At long last the EC omwetie yang.
Okay.
Say time na omo kase omo ba be shift election date. Omo ba be sesa voting time. Omo ba be yi indelible ink.
Okay.
Ya ka kire omo say ni omo ye no ento asum. Efi say ejuma say Electoral Commission omo ye no. Eno na omo ye ne ye. Yeah, in all this, no, there is one major thing the Electoral Commission on board. One my timetable, and yes, sir.
Yeah.
One my fees schedule.
Okay, fees schedule to say filing.
Because obi a opese uncontested. Say oh my timetable. Now also nomination will be opened, and yes, sir.
In September.
In September 9th to 13th.
Okay.
What September 9th to 13th, opening of nominations.
Okay.
Into one mile nominations. No. Now, in effect, 1 month 10 days. Say we should go around the country in 10 days and return the forms to the Electoral Commission.
Okay.
Be free.
Lawyer, you come.
What do you say?
Remember, Chonka, usually, no, you're not saying, Mamma more than 10 days.
Daddy, yeah, you are talking about 16 regions. You are talking about 275.
Me bisa say the enfa closest one 2020 no.
Why do you want to Argentina opesa on pressure? You are talking about 275 plus 1. 276.
Me bisa say we say
sometimes you get about 14 days difference.
Okay, and I'm pese me who say.
Now wait me at the round. Now I endorse forms no. What you say? Because offer from you get a person to propose you get a person to second you, then you go around and get endorsement, presidential elections in all the constituencies, at least 2/3 of the constituencies.
Okay.
Answer now the other. And the voter ID card of Nipana or endorse the numbers and everything must tally. Let's say one say now one voter ID card now one throw. And the worst is that near Atoyang and now Atoyang PNC for somebody at the voter ID card. You actually be we are now another political party akotena in China. Now assign the voter ID card no e ama. Then at the end of the day no na easy no omo ye your friend saying vetting of the processes no omo akohu a then they saying that they are disqualifying the political party. Instead of them say omoba mamu kwan because nipa no na my friend is now to say why did you endorse two political parties? Because you cannot vote in the first place for the two of them. So
that was 2020.
2016.
2016. Okay.
You remember that initially, but for the courts, no more disqualifying.
PNC for okay.
But for the courts, no more disqualifying. And then we were able to get ourselves back onto the ballot. Of course, with a few days left to the elections. Clearly, Nsroma bebre ewo I said the Electoral Commission should consider. It is good say more the timetable about.
Okay.
So somewhere in May, mobile be limited registration. And yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, mama nipa kwai. They be America say when you do this, ebi mu ana omuni Ghana. They need to make travel arrangements in order to come. Say within this period, the voter register will be opened. Omo betimi aba. Ebi mu kwampo amuwo school. Because of this, they can begin to schedule themselves. And the schools themselves can plan. Midterm exams in the new they can plan, say, do time we should make sure that it doesn't coincide with midterm examinations and what have you. Now, they can go and write their names. Yeah, ebwa. This is what we have called on the Electoral Commission to do. Late as it is, but ebwa. The second or third thing, they say, yeah, I don't know whether the EC is inventing the wheel. But clearly, presidential nominations every year. What follows immediately is that the parliamentary candidates take the cue of their presidential candidates.
All right.
And now the PNC presidential candidate picks number 1. It means that PNC parliamentary candidates are also number 1.
Okay.
So NDC by number 2. It means NDC and their parliamentary candidates will be number 2. This is the rule of thumb for all these years. So independent candidates soon after all the things have done, independent candidates will come last. That is the order. And it say easy head in the timetable. Now see 23rd, you have a presidential balloting. Then the next day we are coming to do parliamentary balloting. It is alien. Meaning baby efi. When you are coming to do this balloting, how much are the parliamentary and presidential candidates supposed to pay? This is the time we should know so that we can begin to make preparations and allocations towards it.
Okay. A year filing fee.
Filing fee.
Okay.
Filing fee. ECM, but into Dana mobile be nominations, then you surprise the political parties and the candidates with a filing fee. Why is the EC or more to say Adiano it's a secret thing? This is a public thing.
Intentional. Maybe we have a fain and communication.
Dabi which one? Dabi Yanunina. Yeah, Baba for nomination form no. Ye say. Even the political parties, they don't announce opening of nominations without. What you say? The political parties don't announce opening of nominations without necessarily say they will announce the filing fees and other fees that will accompany it. So why is the EC doing something different? Once you have brought a timetable, it must also go with the fees schedule. Now Obiahu say, oh, the presidential filing fee is going to be 10,000. Parliamentary filing fee is going to be 1,000. Say, Unibia, you start to make arrangements and preparations towards it. Don't think that it is Adia Odibeshe Okotokumu. Then last minute, you come and surprise people. It is not the duty of the Electoral Commission to price democracy out of the reach of the people. In any case, the EC, filing fee, and can't omo budget home. What you say? Because Sikabia Electoral Commission opese on fanye ni ejuma government the amount.
Okay.
I pay him, sir.
Yeah, but
Sikabia
the fine fee.
Me say me back.
Refundable. Yeah.
It is punitive.
Yeah.
It is punitive because Omoka say only a certain vote, then your money will be refunded.
Yeah. Okay.
So when yes I vote now, then it means that your money is consumed by the Electoral Commission. For what? Because Sikabia apopese mo fanye bo ejuma no. Government at the amamo parliament release. They have passed the appropriation. Inti musika no edaho. Inti every minute say moka koto ballot your friend say moka koye printing of ballot government etua you are going to pay the staff nipa na moka koye adwuma no government etua indelu inc government etua transportation government etua mubi bia no government etua mamo what is the use of the filing fee
I feel now about all this that has been the norm.
And that is I have always asked the question and I can't stop asking the question. Otherwise, there will be justification for you to stop going to church.
Could they say me do it here? My minion
so
only among your dreams say, sir, to say the world can't say a punitive. I say, and yes, Chumberry Master and the condos, make a kujina prebi, no ako prebi, niako print ballot papers. When you know, say, ebi kra wan kasa wa ho boa nso but because ade na ye free nti say wo bibia as a punitive ade kakra won say be boa ma sanity bia baade
the state has shown commitment na wetua bibia ama
enti anu nti emie mu nto ana nipa 100 emra so say
nipa 1000 say omunjina it is their right to contest daddy it is their right daddy obi a opese onjina. Your right to contest cannot be taken away from you. But the right to be voted for is determined by nipa no amoko akoto abano. Ya no pay say e pese yen vote na.
Ben ye di eche sa wan hwe aka no so be bro man ni so.
Ka ben. Has the EC not planned? Has the EC not planned? Have their budget not been approved? So ka ben biom na. Into government among musika.
Look at it this way. Say enya punitive and she say unim say ukojina na unya vote say ya ukotua that kana usika ahia
yeah watch a movie no
hold on usika ahia wa odwen ho because emi nkoma misika nkɔhye but for that no ubehwe oya na waba enti ebia nka paper no edu African country ben no yi paper na ballot paper no nipa be 20 or 30
Nigeria kan
mo enti eno no cost of printing sheet says so mo edani achiro says so mo copy some special sheets be about it will bring additional cost.
It is the duty of obi a person uncontested say oko contested na you are not favored na le win mo omo movie no okay movie no honorable wawe
and then movie be name so much apart so say Adekye
India for ballot paper mutumi nya be 3-4 tin sa 3
so it's not the Electoral Commission's duty. Electoral Commission's duty is to encourage participation in the democratic process and in the electioneering process. So Electoral Commission no yenuema bi has to limit people's participation in the democracy. Naturally, said the Electoral Commission is not encouraging multi-party democracy.
Okay.
Nti baby no, it's good say omo the schedules aba. That is just part of it. But the schedules of the dates must be accompanied by the fees and the filing fees in particular.
La uncle. Ben ame hu say o ma ya de ba de akam fees no. Onso hu ne say.
I think my position no even before I go there, my many can say election 2024. I may add my head there, and I say, but on the 7th of December 2024.
Which is a Saturday, good day.
Which is a Saturday. Me men dance there. I may add Ghana Hano. I either a Fumukoda and as a Fufida. We kind of Mukoda because of our in rural communities. Most of them know a couple women yeah. And I say it be almost fear because it be a year chrome, so man for a fee. And it
be so because
it is because it says you quite aware there's that there's any engagement so what I mean the other shame that. Enti ni nyina mu no da nipa do no ano ebenyom freedom to go around na nyame nchade yinim say ohwe enema de National Democratic Congress ye de agu akwam regarding our policies enema de ba God willing 7th December no enkona wi na Ghana for adwene enyina aba bankruma be share say John Dramani Mahama should lead the country again on December 7th. The reason is very simple. He has promised a lot of things, which includes, for instance, scrapping of e-levy.
Osino de nkatwi ye kan ho.
So betwa e-levy mu somewhere 2022 kra e-levy iba no ana. Odi tudwa. Sade we emeto no. Obeduru ye no ana. Obeye firi ho. Betting tax eba na no nso odi to nanum to se sabi. Ohunu mfaso bi e woso na sabra no meka asresem bi. Aban mu nkrofo no mu hia se wono mo kan se oh youth no essay. Betting is say youth no nti na ban de to atoso. Na wo mo refuse wo mo aso na ma license na ma betting companies no eba be adwuma na wo de license na ma no so onko bi betting company na so info no nkuta betting ndi no ye hu se sabi entaso mo so beka se wo de to wo mo kakra wo mo benya no so wo bra wo na mutumi create adwuma ma wo mo. And then the 24-hour economy, the mighty one of all, has come to stay. Diara abe create a more resilient and reliable and efficient job for Ghanaians, especially the youth. One more airport my more tiny and many be a year. And you said because I Dr. My TSC. See, a casa economy is nothing but your pocket. It's about me. It's a we to munya, not the economy, no matter how before I become from beyond, Sabi, and Tassomo, and as a Yansan members, anyone in the Panibutum. To the many Panibutum, say, I see a dead man, ban being a beer when you be at Butum. That is it. But a nuntina easy, A2 and a monster, what I should say, back to ensure, sir, elections no ever basso one. Said that not been eking. Proud to a need your mother, you know, Mokaka can send me your friend saying. Indelible ink from Megaza Mene deputy chair, Sribo Kweku, doctor, sorry, doctor, right? No, on your doctor. Sribo Kweku. Oh, yeah, doctor. On your doctor. Okay. Dr. So, yeah, Dr. Sribo Kweku. My name is Shiawo, as I'm perfect. So, okay. And now that said, and then command the ASI indelible ink in once a month. To be on the question, said, why did they want to take it off? And also, said, I don't know why I pay can. It was because of say, your war, say, fingerprint system, no. It mean pick you bit twice no na unsasi so ba akopene fa wi antimi unsan business bi mu enyum it mean confirm mu nti no ene book no mo no so mo barcode bi book no me ara minister this ade ndaba so mo barcode bi book no mu a wo mo scan na wo ma cancel ansa na ya what free wako I'm sure say what they put QR yeah into that those QR codes into that and no so say we say cancel a untimi enye twice because I'm fat so because of say man me nu into no mu no say wo mu indelible ink free wa kanya hwe me ka pass me ka say na say anya hwe kra no indelible ink it complements the system. Yes, you don't say these two are means of verification but indelible ink no so as complementing e man di mu yi because yeah obi shia na obuso hu sa oto ba ade ya nipa kundi kan kwa you know won sana no okay we di kan hwe no kwa wian sanse na obi sa ba no oto ya na so want. That's the main thing that most people checks. Now when ade bi asere wo me nanu ma be vote person on feel ka ne fi wa kanye bone but sadly or funny enough one more elections on ye unu so no be so indelible ink you know mo ana mo no mo si ba we do ya mo si ade ne go fi wa nya hwe nti anya hwe ne se be mbane se boda if ne bi kan boda no fi asa I don't know more no so mo na mo using indelible ink. I wish you guys would have also taken it off to set some kind of maybe platform bi nyen kan some so mo ya mo de no man use e bi e ko si ye ma mo ti na bi am pese bi use
na ade na so ye na jumanko ana
why na be show mo
mo mra na be elections ma mo e sata ni yen level ink ni fi mo
yen free mo ti sabra na san komodie se yen free mo no na
ko so yen free mo by law
honorable ye ja no na audio make
san komodie na e ko so asema make an nkomodie se na yen yi say indelible ink ni free one na e ko so
enti na nkomo betumi de no ay case study amamo na
say officer say ye de ani ka montra ne hwe but our point is very simple me say enter officer eboa ama yetimi hunu say
well say per the communication man ka so mo ye free
of course I mean enya de be free mo ya enti anybody ye nya yi enti what do no to nchan ya the issue of filing fee bena da kasa no beti wodi ade na ekoso betiri mu an say but do they even account for this monies yan hwe no say vote na o say manya misika mensenka manya hwe ni padodo a contest elections sign the timinya say votes no and I'm sure that measure no it goes to both parliamentary and the presidential
yeah, sure.
Good Now ya won parliamentary obi minya 20 nazo we no hwe
okay
automatically say ni akon sin sika no ko say sika no mo dia mo dey
sika no ye musa se omutua check
bankers
bank draft yeah
nti omutua wo edin ban mu
electoral
commission dim na mutua no
account ban mu
nti isi for na account mu na say na automatically say we dim dia na say account mu na ba
okay
me bwana say na tie I mean, because the check, the bank draft or the check cannot bear my name, but it can be paid into a different account. Any possible. In the idea, Musa Mumudi Electoral Commissioner was not a moment account and ever. So my question is, Sikano, whom do you account to? Because Auditor General and so said those monies have not been accounted. Whether or not the AG has gone there or not gone there, the point is, we are all aware, say, a bank funding every single temporary activities.
Okay.
Bibia.
Okay.
Abandon Fianca. Said on nobody people can book. Say on boss what I said there to finance ministry and say budget and about come one time no releases come home. So you must buy the trade bibia mamo from printing to demand to transportation to even what my focus na airport temporarily for that day's exercise no enyina sika na buy the betua. So say dia mo jeno no no mutua ma ban so aban fantin ka so bi anamo na mofa mo de dey.
As an organization.
Exactly, yes. That's not the individuals.
Okay.
That entity is in the first is can one day.
Okay.
Because at all, for 92, but na there be is any going to be father. I go away. That
is not right.
Which one is not right?
So we are members, I want to.
No, if there's something that so people who win then tell me.
I won't say me call parliament say was special budget committee.
Very well.
Yeah, the electoral commission for budgets. When we generating as internally generated fund, they account for it. IGF. They say they are Oko Bank.
I get it.
Government institution. Even this is assembly.
Okay. So how are those monies used?
IGF reward one budget never. You see the IGF for the year under consideration. No much the obody scan year. It is in the budget. Me say who ya? What me get say omo dey omo fa me say. So I didn't say what do they use the money for? I'm asking a question. What can you hear? So budget no much say the omo
dis time na wo ho no. Ebi ba wanim.
Ebi ba me hu.
It's then on the IGF omo dey here then.
I think the omo office renovation say mutumi from my IGF.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you see, electoral commission.
Don't you obisa no person say those money
are
electoral judicious.
Exactly. But what me 100% yes.
No, that's what we do.
Yes, na me hu ni nyina wo budget nu.
Omo
kire ya omo dey.
Man trust no musa question.
Electoral commission
anyway. You don't have enough details.
No, you don't have enough details.
No, hold on.
Yes, so they can give you details of what they use the money for. But IGF
and that is why
let him make his point.
And that is why my words are not emphatic statements, but they are questions that we are asking. Because we need to get understandings to these things that we are talking about. The men can say they have been spending the money on ABCD. They say, what is the kind of money they are? Because 92 years to Aba, 96, 2000, 2004, okay.
Check your catch omo funds and answer omo accounts no do they publish it publicly?
Yes, sir. You not budget to our parliament. It's a public document.
Thank you.
But also what you say.
Time na me pese clarify. Lawyer.
All right. So ya nti neti mu no ebe hia say ebe hu the sika na ekokoye. Yes, we know say bi mo one more atimi cross threshold dey. Wo the mom back. Nti wo dey musa wansam. Ni mo dey anko back na car mo nsam no. And my ben ya mode ya ndi aban tua won kanti mo ana mode say sika ne fund. We need to know because for our knowledge mo demand do no ana ban tua won kan. Lastly, say issue of balloting for parliamentary candidates and balloting for presidential candidates.
Now time nso ye dey.
Say na na ho nti wo.
Aso.
Enya mo tena me fa wensi for answer.
Aso.
Ya mo tena.
It has reached. Patriotism.
Yeah, say no eba. It is going to cause a serious confusion and defeat for some people. A serious confusion and defeat. Because imagine, sir, NDC presidential candidate were 1, na parliamentary candidate were 5. Say anyone, do one enemy say I can say NDC that 1 and NDC that 2. 2 means that one presidential no parliamentary munyam 2. Tin me 2 ma 2 ha no kodu wa sa ko the toss me no over if you know ban sa ni aka che no. Sade won tim sa no ko wunya mix up na ebi koda benkum ebi koda nifa ya wo the serious confusion baba.
Thank you.
So I think say they should maintain that old status quo no say parliamentary candidate sorry presidential no epic to parliamentary force in the same line.
Thank you. Me ko Facebook live na men ken kan ma dwenche no kakra ma Musa Abatwa or say that Dr. Baumia's position on LGBTQ+ absolutely matter. Na enu yaka ho ansem wahane because he's the opposition leader. Is NPP telling us that until President Baumia becomes Baumia becomes the president, he cannot state his position on matters of national interest. I see. Ade obi ebusa papa no stands wo asase me ho ana eno ana mo kan
maybe a discussion another
baby fufro no mo diaba. Hail Selassie, patriotic voices go to JDM and Jane Nano Pokwajima. The value is still the same. Old faces with no better policies for Ghana's development. Co-Mensa Pillar 2, Dom Kwabinya constituency. May God grant us long life. Dr. Baumia will be the next president of the Republic of Ghana. And then, why be Kwamina acidity have for a change here. Now NPP is telling us that 24 hours economy policy is not campaign message. What is their campaign message for election 2024? 24-hour is a game changer. Okay. Crispo from Fufu, the Gridco and ECG should respect the people of Ashanti region. Why are they always putting off the light in the Ashanti region? The leadership of NPP should wake up because this could lead the party to position in the upcoming general elections. Ablade Fie Kuma. Oh, Ablade, I lost your message there. Hopefully I chance on it again. Kweku Kuma, good morning, Obapa. Our beauty queen, Madam EC, sees herself as untouchable, but she needs to recognize that many people have occupied that position, and today they are home. Mad Lion Fuhidiem, I fully support Honorable Ayepe and Bernard Mona on the call of the explanation from EC concerning the two different balloting, presidential and parliamentary respectively. Indeed, they should use the old method or process whereby the position of the presidential candidate will be used by the parliamentary candidate as well. Okay, into Argentine Stanley obeying Franks, no matter how bad NPP performed, NDC cannot be the alternative. Okay. Neo that means as for this one, I side with EC's timetable. Okay. Enti mwajen check akramu diabano ena yakenka ben yenkoshe tonto kruma semi na yenka.
Yeah, but answer just be by. Okay. Me can balloting for presidential and parliamentary. Okay. You see, and can war ne timetable no we say obey the separately, but no can read there. Everyone understanding said obey presidential primary separate. No obey parliamentary no separate. But okay. One can say near any no basano. Bia your independent candidate bia or no only presidential candidate. Inti bia na sa parliamentary ballot no can for those category. Inti yenya
for which independent candidate yes, for the parliamentary.
For parliamentary.
Na say presidential for no pekia say omo shisha baby ebeka change.
Yeah, one say ayensu no example. Dr. Baumia ko pick number 1.
All right.
Former president pick number 2.
Okay.
Into ko ayensu no a candidate no hono. NDC ni MPP number 1, NDC number 2. Okay. Me we be 2 or 3 independent candidates. There might be balloting for them.
Thank you.
Into yeah, me and EC I know, but they should come and explain it better.
Because me almost say we now start a conversation.
Exactly. Me na make sure say almost state mother about we creating an impression say two separate ballots.
So why shouldn't we rather call on them that a little clarification will do?
Exactly.
Now we enter my and you say there will be any or man.
Me better me say one brother one chirimu ni yen say me almost person mo chiri ni anko kasi exactly.
That's what Matthias say. Ben yanko why na tonto krom honum nipa me ensa na ewusa no.
Anya sao. Ati say nipa ba ko ewu na mienu apra. Na omewu.
But you're lynched as you say. If they say someone has been lynched, Yabuna kuno bra.
Mo ekumo.
Oh yes.
3.
One no, etu na no mo toto no. Se uti nchase na medema ono. Medema ahwefo nyane se according to kwabena ni munyam no, or say sprinter buses na edi kan ba ya omususu se eya Asanko company mining firm no na di omo ba because na sprinter buses no Asanko company card animu. They started firing no people in that car no more macho men no e shall say fire from that car animu and a bullet no ko kan kroma ni ba ko e no wuye enti den kroma fo na ni breye e no mo to show mo se mu ye macho men mu ye den ye mu ngam ye ni mu be wa e na fe base no tu koja omo enti tu na e ka akire no e no mu di omo mpambra omo ku omo no
yawo the failure of a state etimi di nneema bia ensese emba na ba enche bia na the state had mining companies so nimsa oko Pristia Bogoso oko Akotia Consolidated Diamonds Mines oko Konungo oko your friend saying Ashanti Goldfields na we nyina eye state mines na obi a ope mining ejuma no na omo a apply na the state employed them. State ownership in these companies was in excess of 55%. Yatna se kakra ya tong state mining companies ni nyina. There is no one state mining company me no ekasai. Ya tong ni nyina. Eno na debia almost say private sector is the engine of growth. And we have taken what the state has to do near the ama the private sector. Private sector no eye engine ampa. But engine a fuel enim no. Ebetimi akọ. So it's grounded. It's grounded. Engine a ties any. Engine a any steer. Engine. So engine alone doesn't move. The vehicle is the bigger component. Engine only comes as a small part. Now say oh engine cramp na brakes no ni ho. Yeah, naturally say you are going to cause murder. So obia osoria na no private sector is in the engine of growth. Go and take an engine, put it in a car without brakes and see the disaster you cause. Do you understand? Sa ane ya ye no nti sesi ano sa private sector no has taken over. They have become the engine. Ya brakes in ho. That is why people are ewu bebrebe. Every community are omo discover minerals of any sort. Ntokwa na eda ho. Because the regulation cannot ensure say ya obia me nana ajay asase amayan. Ohona na ye didi. Ohona na ye do ye fum. Na yete ho na Minerals Commission and the District Assembly. Omo atena se ese omo parcel sa bebi a yen ye papa edema ye nana mo omo jama no. Omo se e obi concession. Inti ye aduane no yanka ho bi. And you think that it will be acceptable? Into my parcel, District Assembly, Omunina Natural Environmental Protection Agency, oh, there be mining concession, no minerals or into Yediama Company, Asanko. Monkofa na monyo. Na bibi ebano, ya na ye asasi na ye doho ye di dua banche, but dear any bibiano, yan kahubi. We're not party to that negotiation at the Minerals Commission. They just parceled our land. Ediama. Omo amuwe sika amo betumi etu eyi. Na se utie story no mining war at Tontokrom. Or say community member shot dead. So utie story na tonto krom no almost say there no mo pe almost pe say tonto krom no monye community mining emma omo na mranti a omo wo ho no almost betimi akoyi gold no bi na almost anya sika kakra na omo di abo amo ho no government is not willing to give them a community mining, but instead no mo di ama a private company. Inti omo wo ho no most often private company no krampo no omo nfa community members no into the company. No makofa nipa bi where labor will be cheaper from maybe the north no omo aba no omo ba be ye adwuma wo ho. Denying the same community where minerals are found, the opportunity say almost benya bibi kakra atafre. And that is the cause of this danger. But ya makita chuo kakra as a hunter.
Okay.
And
I like that.
As a hunter, no. I clarify no.
I clarify no.
Hunter no put them and any pattern.
Now, yeah. You don't give warning shot into the crowd. So, sir.
Santa kwade o de so warning shot.
Dabi, me say even sano, Dabi, ya uko do baby.
Dabi, hunter there.
Dabi,
crowd ben.
Dabi, yeah, if you are a good hunter, you get into the thick of the bush. No, I'm saying something. You get into the thick of the bush. Then some fear catches you.
Okay.
And you have not seen any prey ahead of you.
Okay.
Don't mean too direct.
Okay.
Because you want to scare, to bring awareness, so you fire into the air. Because utunu say nabia obi ete ho na one.
You will TV so.
Men can say.
Said obi jane nine.
Okay. Mona maka. Menia minim na maka. Nia moso mo pese ye.
Twaso e wo de ye.
Nti obi akokutu ni baby. Now you the hunter, you've seen some disturbances, and then you fire into that direction. One show you obekum nipa. So you fire into the air. Now say bullet no kosura. Yeah, there is no way that bullet can kill anybody. Inti mo say no mo ma warning shot. And a warning shot no ekokum obi. It's not warning shot. It was targeted. Say omon kosa community no mun kokun obi no mun say omon timi embato your friends say asanko mining no. The more you over privatize, the more you take the mines obi assassin ane papa ne nanamo omo agyan ma omo ona omo doho na mo akoje edi ama obi a omo nim no. You don't expect that the communities will sit down and keep quiet. They will fight for their land. They will fight for their birthright.
But yes, a community in Sobe.
Community na two first no.
No credit debit.
So, inti ni ana community ni can say the omo ye press conference no omo kire say ye nso ye pe community mining.
Yeah.
Na mo mako efa macho men said they should come and do what? Omo be hu na omo. In the end no mako obi, and you expect that you'll be free. By now, if state institutions are working, our company no, it should be blacklisted, it should be taken out because muna masuma and antokwayi esi.
Yenyanti omo side nti lawyer yanko because community no can say buses na ba ho no free company ho, but company na up till now no yes any omo kasa omo si obi binti se omo kasa nti yenim ni omo be kasa omo be gia to me so omo nkrofo a what were they going to do there a day after Obi press conference?
Okay, yeah, I mean that's it. But just before I quote into 40 and so on, let me establish it here. No problem. It's never true. Say your debt to GDP is around 60-something%. And you're not. So no why you pay.
Obina amount for making.
I'm just information. Yeah, I'm just checking it online. I'm checking it online. It's here. Look at it. It's not true. It is not true. You guys are still around 90-something%. There is something out there.
You don't even
understand
how the system works.
I don't understand how the system works.
Also online almost say
source online amount source.
Yeah, it's 92.4.
Online public idea and you'll be
of course.
I said amount source online amount source. Online, yes, online. Online, Ministry of Finance.
Ministry of Finance.
Into what source?
Ministry of Finance.
What source?
Anyway, so young queen. So
GDP the other na Jinapone sticker konya hu issue of parliament or no. Debt to GDP ratio.
I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure.
Okay, ni mo be kun ho a chenti de.
I'm sure. Ma titro man abon ye kan some munye di me
na munye then na force me
we kan ma so dey jani em kran me dey jado. It's not true. Do kan nya no kra.
Ana me senya no kra
so now the issue ya oh la. Do kan nya no kra la me dey jani em kran. Oh. Tonto krom issue ya.
Okay.
The me kan kakra and say amrantia no krom kromofo no na wo mo ye woman assassin bisa no mine. Now assassin happens to be a concession for Asanko, a company in Asanko mining for concession. And then into armed men about and I think in the attempt to sack them, they were firing.
What kind of way were he?
Oh, that's what I read. The story I read. I think that
Chronicle the answer different. Chronicle the medema only dia omo unit committee chairman crashing and so kind chain or UTV no pay say.
Okay.
They did a demonstration and I don't put the press conference and a Chronicle the say omo a demonstration omo we no money press in the Kasai. That was Friday. And Saturday no omo si omo wa kasa ba kronimu. Inti no ene wo de ya wo kan difference um kakra inti na me bisa say wo kan wo de no wo he.
Okay, so me it's a prince Sunday we in mind na me nim about it cry.
All right.
And then I needed to go and read about it so okay. Maybe I make me
okay.
I can be a canty anyway just saying take me time maybe a story but I load up mama enko I'll read it for you.
Mate.
Enti and I'm so I'm said to buy. Now, maybe I'm finding it very difficult to understand here. Say, yes, say, now you am a warning shot. Okay, so having been a police officer, I told the training with 2 months at 1 day.
Now, the any hunter,
me proper one be yeah.
Yes.
The kind of weapons as I for the use is not the kind that the police military use. At worst, air pump action, never so much.
I
mean, the armed security guards now.
Okay.
The worst weapon they can be carrying is pump action weapons.
Armed security guards are no more private and
that is what I read.
Okay.
That is what I read.
Okay.
And yes, so almost warning shots. Okay, so warning shot you fire into the air.
Okay.
And it will be and well offer one shot cost so a cartridge in some back.
Okay.
Intinie.
It's you.
Utu cost so a cartridge in some back immediately. We say a benny. I could not share to the distance and say could not asa.
Okay.
It will be not to a distance echo.
Okay.
And a cartridge be a distance echo.
Okay.
And our distance are very effective. So say oh fire be say be some pistols are very effective within 50 meters. So what it means is that within 50 meters, no, any human being be able to
okay.
One country now to you know. One country, but 5 up but down. Everything be 5. One back up now to you.
Okay.
If so, woman now within that close range anymore.
So 50 meters.
50 meters anymore. But after 50 meters, they go na who are the echo form.
Okay.
It's a me a cobi, baby a enkuno, but ne prano.
A prano. All right.
So what I say. It's all case out to one shot in a courium in Sunny.
Okay.
A ship, a queen, a san, a question, a woman, a bedroom. It yet to remember dear who our form beam. So, a band son, I want shot to the Kuniba. So, there's a big question. The obvious way Abama one was so to now Kunipan, so would 20 passo.
Okay. Until baby, that's a shot in a direction, gun no direction.
Simple.
Okay.
Saying, slow be so in Kunipada.
Okay.
At least I have had military training, I have had police training. And in these two, I fired weapons. And no.
Okay.
One fan training pass to me, except the training pass. It's the Russian other children, but the other children, the NASA, a trust in the NASA and I can.
Until all doubted the argument of a warning shot.
Oh, and then
shot.
It can be a warning shot.
Okay.
Obviously, with the 20 training person out of it. So, what point 20 person to the eye, isn't there no be no more? I did the 20 years as I'm the and possible. I mean, from my experience, not possible. So, what I say, and to your phone. Then now, the next issue is whether or not they can do community mining. On say you ma obi concession ya de man one crime. Ana ono aba tuntokrom area na be ka kire mo say. Asasi afiri ade kwai bi a ya ma no sa plan bi akura na da. Ahade kura nyina no aban de amame as a concession. Maybe a large scale mining company. It's in the concession. But mining law no kire say okoduru su no ko na djuma. Asasina ni adwapade e woso bia no bi ko bi banchfo bi nyina no you compensate the owners and sana what yes na food mako do ma bia akodi because obviously we na my was bia no iden was en
okay
na nunti no you have to pay compensation to the owners and as a woman na food you mo dia the concession dey the man ya dey man no sabita fa actually dia ko say wo ana wo fo dia ma di waduansa ana dia man no ana netimam timfo no say da bi bia agudie ne tuo no e defa so ba na yen atimun de bia yen so da nya binti yen so pese ye de but whether we like it or not yeah community mining de ba ni na galam say
oh how
I mean edin ba sesa but if you know how they do their work now ka say una so da galam say for no see o ma difference ni
at least one major difference and it's a community mining no a reclamation ewo ho na galam say ye ni
community was reclamation but say was no ni dwuase na bompa ni nkura twa waja say reclamation because what
amun siesie asasa
oh yeah you ani you ani ya kan chachro bra because last year abai ka so akoye planting of trees me ne ba na dum yan net ya na bu na me keta say na say impossible ba ye be dua nnua ya han for dey ke dia no akaba bia ye number ni sa asene so asai no ana sike ko dua nnua no wo ade reclaim land no back
okay
as you try and say ye dua nnua 40 million e chiri e won kran
ye dua na Ghana fa na nyina na se dua
na Ghana fa na ne go
region bia dua bi district bia dua bi kro bia dua
this should be a dua me okay am fa take as an example om de no dua na zasbezo because we see no zazi na eda wonam ho a you see this is the reality yeah they can enye botrim kasam what to care me na wonam ho a zazi na da ho pra da ya pra so nyina asema ni akoso di dua ne dia no ye dia no so back to the main issue. So community mining because my community for the NBBI and said no more shot. The question is obi concessions na abeko. So if say nipa ko na no ye the concession na man na ne large scale. E beti ase ma wo se bra na be community mining wo e wo no concession.
Of course not.
Almost this issue cannot be solved. Except you say you are taking off the concession. Now and I said, "What the part be of that concession? I buy a case be okay. Even say be let's say 100 acres. Now Meji will be at 20. So now all large scale mining will be limited to only 80 acres from this community to this community." I
get you, baby. I will feel the kind of one say tontokrom issue na eba na eko.
Okay.
First no. Na I check akra last year baby no.
Okay.
Sa issue ne ba up.
All right.
Entina mrantia ne se asase ne yo modie so na omudi na sankofo so se enye modia.
Okay.
Enti wo narration yi last year de no but meminda fieda meminda de yi de omo se omo ye press conference omo anko obi asase so
one year press conference
just the press conference
name one anko bi asase so
unless say asankofo no be ka che say omo boa omo ba omo asase so for which asankofo no sisi omo nya ready to mbekasa.
I send the okay wa say we say they are not
good. Going by what Kwabena Nimonyam and in the unit committee chairman Tontokrom Electoral area. Oma kan chair ni de. Na say see ano de oma anko asase bia so. Omo ye kire kan oma sem kire aban. E na omo te wa na abeto ahye omo so. What I said that we know say wa ba masase so wa ba me concession so no me struggle baby I dey no be.
Okay, so I'm reading from my journal online.
Okay.
See story I say according to sources the deceased was part of other residents who trespassed on the company's mining site.
Okay.
So that's it. On the company's mining site. The land is obviously no one call. Aha.
Not just one
call. I say but in retaliation, the resident attacked Asanko mine securities and linked two of them. So after say to aka mo de no. And almost any Muslim year years ever. And almost to show. But now, no, I mean, we are told that the community now has been summed up by the police. And to say them as from Diaba and to say can be. And obviously, as something now say, Obi echo baby, and Obi sends so back, and an intimate once yaba. But me now no ever be say, Mrs. Community man with my coswa. If Asanko Mining has that area as their concession, they will not allow you to trespass. And an issue.
So story na Kasano in Sisiso.
Okay.
From where you read from on my joy.
Okay.
Or say, giving more details.
Yeah.
A resident said, we saw 2 branded Asanko Mine vehicles.
Very good. Yeah.
And 4 non-branded ones occupied by macho men in the community.
Yes.
So now in the community, some of the youth went closer to the vehicles to hoot at the occupants. And before we realized, the macho men had started firing gunshots. One person was hit by a stray bullet and died on the spot.
So the killing took place in the community, not on the site.
Good. So at one point, the killing took place.
The same story. They were trespassing on their land.
On their land. Exactly.
Once they are not ready to talk, let's
because this story now cry problematic because what I say, Obi say. Oma komo, oma trespassing. But at another point in so
yes, ye
hu omo community ni.
But say ya no
kobo tutu.
So read that version no oka no. Say it's on quote.
Yes, because resident be there.
Just obi enu asam no dey show. It we are the better comments no at no so. Indeed, I mean the issue has to come in. Yes.
Issues.
One further better details. Intimate say. But the problem we can come say the kind ya. Say no cross one your concession. One more map point say brass no be say no. Otuaka. Okay,
thank you.
See ya and straight inside here no. You wish for community mining, but the point is, where do you want to do your community mining? Is it on in their concession or on their concession or at a different place?
Thank you. Honorable. Sa tonto kroma se me eba nti me ne kra chen kasa me se na anu asem bi wo wana because ya ti sa omo appeal say ye pe community mining ye pe community mining e dey na esi kwan se omo betumi community mining ni bi ama asem na se akoda na asase ni nyina asa ye ni nyina ama yi companies akese na omo tumi nye bi o.
Well, mining company bi enu ha onu nya ne concession ha obepe say ye guarantee o say a community mining no omo be mining within the concessional zone. And our concession zone is demarcated. Now in PMP, some of these licensed big mining companies they say when you demarcated mining zone now expanded the community even closer to their demarcated zone na one FSO. As in
they exceed their area.
Okay. Na say one nko mo de ho kra na
na mana youth no so effort. 2 ye wo royalties a ye tua edema community no. Nti ahemfo ni bi nso esa kan royalties na o ma ignore community. Nti ekoba sa na community say adwo we young asase yi ye nya hwe ti na sankana ekasa yi won ye nya hwe da bia na mo de mabetu na mo de ko na ye bre nti sa de aye nso mumpo ba bia ye nya asase de be kwa akotu na obo say na galamsey ekoso na no e ba sa na obo say na mining companies ni security eko flash but how na mo problem no ya.
Okay.
One would say GR for omo task force. Say walk around sir no the armed policemen, professional trained policemen.
No, they use customs.
GR use customs.
Yeah.
But the other task force I no use.
Only they use police. Yeah.
Police, yes. Say military for crowd, maybe armed robbers. How yam pa no. Soldier for now, what person will fight armed robbery. They don't go alone.
No. There must always be a police officer among them.
Officer, yeah. It is our concession. Now security man or control or concession. Now and what about say we community engage with the community people. You must go with the police.
Yeah.
And also say we call inspection or concession is so. I
don't put this over run up inspection or concession so I want police here eye.
Okay.
But when you are coming to confront the community people, citizens ewo ho awoye involved no. E was say we na police task force. One private security for no be adwuma bom. Because ebasa na anka Gabia police for na e control.
They would have been more professional.
Yeah, professional.
Okay.
Inti ehu be hia pa say mines for no e behwe mpempi no bo no akokofo sojafo. Na onu tutu atu. Ubo no ankasa wo nga farmacho bi no ma training won. No match mo uniforms yen security no.
E bia no ma dwen yo mo so we dey eni akurasefo nti ye be control mo. Ye be come match forgetting that onipa nani abre ana ne buafuo no. Untumi mfa ye den brambram no.
Uso mpanyini say wo tai ohufu a wo tene be. Iti mra obehu se ninu na wuda ho ne de na akoye owu nkwankwa. Se ninu na wudi a eneme nso e we se na ukosa mining communities na in fact mmerante won ngani yedem pa nti se one fa police for anko no use professional way ubo papa uniform no
police ni kwara na ko tra bi
yes police no got in be they have to involve the soldiers to control them now what the security once etuye ya mutu mu ka akwa no sanke police for they will make sure everybody will be on board before they move but mo kwa na mu ja otu no ho and normally nchi won nti e be sere yes, that is what the story is saying.
Sir, the ni two coin. And now more can no more see from na say more than you musi from no nie jaw.
What we say? You can't kill everybody in the community.
Of course.
It's not any of them mboko. Yeah. Mo kono so man to get everybody on board. And I'm kwa na mo job you. Yeah, it's your best mining towns not enye Ghana nko ya baby asansem we esisi
okay
eba sa na enye gidigidi ene eniodin ye de solve etere bia we jojo we hwe mining eyi a ya pass or parliament amemehu nyina ye obibi e fe no community involvement ye fe no ye term bi ya ye make kira ye employ some of the community
for
no edo mu shemu ye was subcontract
local content.
Local content.
Yeah.
The local content portion. It make us say eduma way the more farmer local people.
Okay.
Na local person or no fi krom ho. Na community mining company no at the subcontract na no. No outside the community. No recruit for. So no one year eduma no. Na local people na say local content. Mo say yan di na afei obi ekoje no mo de akwa obi fufuro
yeah
na for wakwa recruit nkrofo abonten na we adwuma no na fe boys ne nam krom ho definitely ngani bebre nti see stress local content enye adwuma
na wakwa fa asema ba bi okwa omo se ahemfo no bere ani se obi ahemfo e wo percentage room obehwa na wakoton na chese wakwa ba mu abi firi krofufuro so de no aba anka be local content
ya wo twen ya anka meba ho atimi bi a mine na nya subcontract mine na anka sa ye ne central recruitment.
Okay.
No, so local content. Yeah, mo ahemfo 10%. Mo farmer mo local people no. When you beba ho no, na sa 10% no bi ani kuro bo a oye adwuma o minds ho. He said there no any beba. You me my scholarship. Say okay, local content. Yen minds fu ya ma scholarship se bo fa. Obewu na obi wa benefit from the scholarship no. Na o fi kuro mo.
Sa nneama we nyina we yakofa asemaba. Now, can we have a bigger conversation on mine, not just about Galamsey, but about mining in general? Say the big companies, say your community mining, say Galamsey.
Yeah, so 30 years ago, what can I say? Mining, bigger mining companies, no create DNA using Galamsey from the young cohort. Now, what because me first of all, no Minerals Commission. You see. Every organization in this country has a regulator.
Okay.
Now, oko mine minerals numwa, mining and so ya, you regulator a Minerals Commission.
Okay.
Some you may have question now, where is the regulator? Emra eba say, what ye amount for be equal concession, we say near the concession or within the concession, equal Galamsey, and I'm going to bang and a regulator
it too.
And I'm going to be and a regulator that say local content, no, it benefits the local people. So there be a one fact
and it's really working.
Enko. Nini na Minerals Commission for adwuma. Na so wo hwe no monya mai. Na nana eka sa private enterprises or a sector is the engine of growth. I stand by that. The private sector, Ghana per se engineer, I accept the private sector because abanga juma and why you Kwame Nkrumah niam obeye o kam hasemi. Say Kwame Nkrumah be a beef factory na vrongo and or the ma private individual say ye the amount or man let me sika company no fa ya adwuma na tua yen kan kan start ya adwuma
okoho ye be say akoye chi because of catch us it was doing well
this man doesn't know what he's talking about.
Travel to other countries na aban a business, go to Czech Republic, go to other countries now buy a business, go to Russia of all, and then they are giving out
how long did it take them
enterprises to the private
organizations now buying that suya business,
but most of it business has been given to the private sector.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am very sure. Yes, I am very sure. It's in a person be trying to say we are able to me aboa yem pa ne say young regulators no ebe ye wonga dwuma yi
nti anya say regulator no so ne say farmer private say
the
private sector
to action the presidency near more be I don't understand this kind of talk.
You can't give the regulator to the private section.
Why can't
you? Regulator no man so what say private company now with the private enterprise.
Okay, so whether you are buying a company no and as a private sector no your company no, you don't think that issues and anke be better since say.
Now me try to say government has no business doing business.
Hey.
Into what the government business, what the state business, and as a private sector, there must be a regulator from the government to regulate the private sector.
Thank you.
Into your mining sector, young community mine
but you see abai na di animu na all sheshe
abua facilitate and help the private sector to mine
enti obua private sector no same way no oni nkrofo a sa abai say this is my mining company
obi say mining concession bi where ya ban this policy of
community mining obviously not but assembly say and they are private sector and they mining mining whatever and then now buying a mining they he na aboy so mine
private sector na aboy baby or how no one say or say regulator no regulatory system no make sure say me aboy condition so regulator na anya na adwuma anya mining nko everywhere.
Thank
in
you.
every sector of the economy. So we say,
and you see, you cry bet to me, privatizing the country.
Because you're privatizing for one. Whether we like it or not, there's a regulator. Why not? ECG, why not? There's a regulator.
What do you say?
Because ECG is a limited liability company. The only difference is government is the shareholder. It is our banker say me float to me shares and there's a regulator PURC to regulate ECG to make sure that ECG is
unfortunately
ECG is a private company. Government is 100% shareholder.
2 minutes now obi anfa summarize it for the day. Yen to me your topic. Aso apa papa.
There be some interjected me. Interjected me. My point is say the private sector is the engine of growth of every economy, and then Russia is shifting from state-owned enterprise to private sector.
Well made. Now shall say right. Third point. Lawyer, fire point 2 minutes. Whatever you want to summarize, either on the third matter or last words.
Okay, I think my third matter.
Okay. Grades not enough.
Yeah.
Or certificate not enough. Acquire skills.
Yeah. Me kind story no kakra graphic online. No say, Nanado urge Ghanaian youth, especially students, to bear in mind that formal education is not just about securing excellent grades, academic grades.
That's true.
He said students must additionally acquire skills, values, and knowledge.
Now 2 minutes now.
No problem, yeah. That will empower them to make positive impact in the world. You see, what can I say? But the question is that for the technical schools, not the person knows. If you are just talking about technical aspects, don't go there. But my point is, sir. Students say go school. Indeed, they need to acquire more skills. I'm not me LLB or Coventry University. Even at the LLB level, I was assigned to a lawyer to train you as a mentor. How many students in the tertiary institutions in Ghana? And mentees in their field are also to guide them. How many?
Well, depending on the course, if you call industrial attachments.
No, it's not about that. Attachment, I did attachment with Laurentian and co-solicitors throughout my LLB time. And then being assigned to a whole mentee who will be guiding you throughout your entire course. It's different. It's different from other things which is maybe intentional or whatever. But how many schools and the way my especially even the tertiary, because and I don't know because I am more basic for almost through they are jumping onto the tertiary level. How many of them are going to get mentees to groom them or to help in grooming them? How many of them? And their area, not just any other place. But line out.
When they are doing more project work now, they are giving supervisors. No, in a way, they mentor you.
No.
Okay. That's what and it's enough.
That's just what so being. Or no, or guided what idea are watching on one year.
But to me, who potential?
You see,
mentor was here.
Yeah.
Martin. Ghana for to attend to the make a point.
So why is a guide? Yes, but our guide was a limited area be a woodna. I was watching on baby. So let's say I did watch and I need my thesis be about self-vigilante anyway. So Mr. Vice, I know or guide me through that vigilante act now and I said one day I made sure one day no put on him anymore. On cross and TC baby and kind of
but we are on Yama, we need to build a relationship.
It is there and yes, there meaning a very good relationship. You didn't come be on other things, yes. But the make sense say, so we limited to just Vice and no quantity. No quantity, no can open the time. Open the time you are almost exiting. They are making air from the beginning of the program to the end.
Never harder than Yechemana. Okay.
Okay, but the Americans say so person can build the skills and value in the idea. These things must be added up. So that's it because Obi Akalabi I school next some said one more share me. If you answer me that your baba nurse. If you answer me that your baba doctor. How many of them are going to get doctors as their mentees to groom them or to help in shaping their minds towards that program? How many of them? They won't get it. So if you want students to build value, students to build knowledge, skills, any idea. Yes, I agree that it's not just the academics, but there are other things that you're also supposed to do to help them to get there. But has the state done it? The answer is no, we have not. Okay. So I can say you're introduced to TVET. And then I will also tell that we also had polytechnics some time ago. And the rationale is the same.
May I say, I don't know why you pay on 2 minutes.
I buying Nanada Kukufu, I buying on Kanekeke. Also acquire skills. We're making provision or the acquire to us say. Sa kwan yo fa so ya enya ade a ubenya theory ne keke na ubenya skills a obi wie school no na utumi de won sa efa so a typical example TVET we revamp technical and vocational education at the new learning equipment
revamp na chese said the non lawyer na kan wo ho
na wo say ni adam me technical vocation I attended a technical training center.
Okay,
me kwa attachment me attachment piece of the central mechanical workshop me kwa polytechnic today Accra Technical University. Wow, and I'm making it HND in October.
Into your personal choice, man, you say
use the word revamp, but men just as if say, see, name makers and say, "Osi, then na ekufuado aban eye, the ama skills na ba into your cancer." I'm say, why ye? And they say, Oba Roberto, vocational and technical schools, including the polytechnics. And what about revamp no TVET? There's a whole secretariat or sector for TVET. Our new equipment today go to Cape Coast Technical University. Now, Kosha Polytechnic, my alma mater, Accra Technical Training Center, Kosha equipment or the other. And what catch my friend say, Nyamanya is not enough. Go, the system now made out one, go and acquire skills. It's been pre-tertiary. What the STEM about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And idea from SHS now they introduce to skill acquisition. Into the one sat by Yaduma, international university now was skills no dada. And another of Kufadu see more a year grade into the Yabuma Basuneno, my passing with grace in the effect. But I know enough. System now you go and acquire skills. Everyone Ghana University including the private universities. Our qua attachment. Now practicing near we school no. So na be ya we school now we get skills. And ya banga juma kwa na akwa ya. Now one kasa we get skills we the kwa ya juma. But abang na baso na kase we be What the system aba? What be revamp? TVET. What the STEM aba? What the
thank you, Ben.
Anything. Yeah, can say. Mentorship now can look like. I shall say that. I shall say now be introduced. Most of the schools are one. Kwele gone. One mentorship program. Lectures. Let me say one. They assign some of the.
Also, University of Ghana.
University of Ghana. Ghana, you can invest now. Can if you have lost the debate, don't shift the post. It is there. Go to the University of Ghana. Mentorship. If you are lacking the system,
now that comes 2 minutes.
I bind the system. Say go.
I feel me.
President Akufo-Addo Asempa.
Okay.
If he say wakotena se na wafa u great. Na ofi say u great no ebetimi aye bibi ama wo. Great don't work. Niyewo mun say Nia okosua no say obetimi apply. But in these days no krampo no ebi mu akosua agriculture. A minim say omo ye PROs ema national health insurance.
Enzo kujane
okosua agriculture.
Eba say we PRO.
Ewo University for Development Studies.
Hey, Ben, could it be that maybe at the first degree, but Okoye masters no Okoye baby for fun?
Yeah, me say first degree.
Papa, or your law, since you not
yeah, now mo kasa na me to studio ha.
Special assistant to
I say.
Na omo kasa na me to studio ha. Man bie man. Me jama mo kasa. Nti mo so mo ma me kwan na me kasa.
Na kasa bra pia.
Nti clearly now wakosua agriculture were University for Development Studies, Nyankpala campus. Now the job available for you is a PRO for National Health Insurance.
I see.
How have you applied the skills President Akufo-Addo air catcher say you should apply? And Nameka say ensempa no akano, but he should also look within the environment. The state is supposed to provide the enabling environment according to ONU. What you say?
Ono here means
Ono IEP.
All right.
Say on Jin, they say the state should be involved in the your friend saying the job and the business. Until they create enabling environment.
You are misquoting.
Until omo create enabling environment, no. Obi akosua agriculture. The enabling environment that you have created is that onkoye PRO Emma National Health Insurance. How has that helped the cause of Ejumano? That is one example, and I'm sure that there are many examples. Say ebimu kosua engineering, but there are no engineer. Your friend saying transport engineering. Your friend say new plan. Ewa asihaya. Achimota esura. New plan. Na ye car assemblage. Bibia na ye no hotrata assemblage. Omo amokoye transport engineering. Omutimi ba omo besunya bibi wo hono. New plan. We have collapsed it.
But are you saying that Ejumano private entities in some
the private sector, the private sector is profit oriented. Government
Toyota Ghana is working. What's the difference? Because Toyota was given to a private sector and the government decided to run your plan.
pay.
So
Pacho,
you are
Pacho. Ben Yanko.
My instructions no one.
Ben Yanko.
O mamen kasa.
Man kasa but who misquote to say
mamen kasa.
You are misquoting me.
Okay, you are misquoted by mamen kasa.
The big can I won't misquote.
Mepo.
Or your presidential candidate, aspirant, whatever. Now misquote to be or say correct.
4 minutes to that. Ben, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Unfortunately, I have to.
So yeah, clearly no. President pronouncement no is good, but we should look at the so-called enabling environment created by Omono, whether it has enabled the young people with the skills to be able to apply them. That's all.
Thank you.
One person
Bernard Nana, political analyst. And I pay our Siomia Nanumo Bianca say, or a former MP Yensiano, and a Chumberima Esquire, NDC communication team member. May that Azovog say, Wapam make a year Ghana man, Miss Litton, me Kaba Fefe, or the Fiabosia Pam no fine pa. Wow, come for me be a Azal best sort out. Pepe, friend 055. 044-6666. Or acquire skills and so Adepam so your skills.
Yes.
Fashion design and fashion illustrating and also your skills ni bia ukwazela obetwe new kama. And uti nails and beauty and so her mama and also your skills and sano juma obeye kama 055-3738 20 TikTok and Instagram the hair mama ewo pacho madam wants you nyame aduma abusuafo monso edam ase ye wo no chena yakra mo.